What's going on? YouTube, YouTube. I posted to you, Facebook too. But what's going on? Let's see. Today is Tuesday, February 24th at 11:39. Hope everybody doing well. Ready to get this little thing, the little show started. What I got. I wanted to talk about the Freeman's Bank and Trust Fund, right? From what my understanding was saying that this was back in 1866, right? It had something to do with the proclamation. What is that? Emancipation Proclamation, right? And during that time, they allowed, well, not allowed, but they given black folk had their own bank account, right? So let me fast forward. Long story short, wicked pale faces in the trust fund ran it under the ground. They end up getting going out of business in 1874. The Emancipation Proclamation, I think, was signed somewhere around like 65, 63, something like that. But anyway, they did the pale faces who was running it did such a poor job to where they ran out of business, right? So a lot of people, they said like over 6,000 people. Now this was back in 1866, like 6,000 people had lost their money. So what I found out is that, shout out to Dane Calloway and his wife. They did such an excellent job. I would say go look at Dana Calloway and How to Get Your Land Back. And that's why I found this information that I'm telling y'all about now. That's why I found it. But he was basically saying that a lot of us have land, have money, and stuff like that, right? We don't even know, how to get to it or anything like that. I'm just speaking from what went on with this Freeman Bank, right? So I've been on this thing. I started yesterday. It's kind of late. Excuse me, I ended up going to sleep. But what I did was, I'm gonna bring this up, and I want y'all to see this with me. Let me see. I want to do. You see it in my screen? Y'all see it on the screen? Let me see. Uncle Papa. That's not my name. Y'all ain't spelling it right. Hold on. So I got some stuff I want to show you. Oh, okay. I am live. Okay, let me pull my. Damn, I didn't put on the TV. Damn. I'm supposed to do this. No, they don't supposed to be on the TV. Okay. No, they don't supposed to be on the TV. All right. See, sharing the screen now. All right. This right here is supposed to be the name of depositors. So what I was saying about the actual the Freeman Trust Bank issues. Just gonna read this part. So you can Google it, but look here, it got so many names on there. Like it got so many names on there, like my last name. So what I'm infatuated with in 1866, it's like I was able to kind of get my numbers right because I know my daddy. I know my daddy was born like in 1990, probably 1940, 40s, 40 something. And I know his daddy lived to be almost 100 years old. My granddaddy lived to be almost 100 years old, right? 1866, around the time where all this was happening, between 1866 and not yeah 1874. So they put my granddaddy back there during that time right there, since my daddy was born in the 40s, right? So I'm looking at that. But what I wanted to show you, let me see, I wanted to make it bigger. But I need to make it bigger. Okay, let me go here. All right. I don't think I'm finished just show you. And I'm on this is I'm gonna have to move that mode out of the way. Come on back over there. Want to stretch. I hope my bad. Look here, y'all. My bad. I know I probably messed up. You probably didn't even hear half the shit I was saying. But anyway, I went into the Emancipation Proclamation and talked about that, and they came out with that bill in 1863. The Freeman's bill. The Freeman bill came out in 1866, right? So what it did, it gave among the understood bodies of the federal record using the African American genealogical research and the records of the Freeman Saving and Trust Company, chartered by Congress in the early 1865 for the benefit of ex-slaves, the surviving records related to bank and its collapse as a rich source of documentation after the African American family in the efforts to protect the interests of the depositor and their heirs in the event of depository death. So I think most of them was like, this was war. A lot of them folks that had joined was involved with this was in war. So it's like they was probably like finishing up the war or something like that. Saying the meeting in New York on January 27, 1865, John W. Alford, a congregational minister and abolished this, met with more than 20 philanthropists. I think that's what that is, and leading members of the business community to explore the ideal of establishing a saving bank for the benefits of African American soldiers. who had worked with these soldiers in various humanitarian virtues, informed the group that many black soldiers who were receiving back pay and bounty payments for enlisting in the service had no longer safe place to deposit their money. Others who lacked the experience in the business of managing their affairs were either squatting their pay or being victimized by swindle. But just want to just go to it and you Google it and read it and kind of get an understanding. But what I'm saying is I'm really on here just to point toward this way, like these are the national archives. So the National Archives, they put down documents and evidence and receipts showing that the people that was in the military, they came out with that Freeman Savings Bank to help them to put their money in a savings bank, the trust fund savings account. So what happened was you had pale face to go in there and mess the whole thing up. Like they went in there and messed the whole thing up. You know what I'm saying? They end up going bankruptcy in 1874. So when they went bankrupt in 74, they said they lost over $3 million. That was back then during that time. They lost over $3 million. And then what they say after they lost $3 million, I should read it though. Let me read it. What happened to the show the people who were brought up on charges in the Freeman when they went bankruptcy? It said who was the bankruptcy judge force. Let me see. No, that ain't it. I said the wrong thing. What happened to the Freeman banking and save banking trust fund? And then they said Fredrick Douglass, spent a whole lot of money trying to. It said in 1867, the Freeman Bank moved to the headquarters from New York City to Washington D.C. I'm trying to find the part where they went. Frederick Douglass had something to do with it. Frederick Douglass. So I'm finna look at this. The last impact of the Freeman Bank. The last impact. Freeman Bank. At the time, some people were saying ex-slaves could not make it on their own. The Freeman Banks on one piece of this demonstrable proof that they could save their money. Ministers, community leaders, and teachers had worked hard to convince people to trust the banks. About 20 years later, U.S. Treasury built an Almanac building it on the same spot. The financial panic in 1873. So let me just pull up what I was gonna do, and then I'm gonna get off of here because I don't want to make it too long. But okay, let me pull it back up. So when I pull it back up, only thing I'm doing, I'm just trying to just point out to you, probably you need to look into it, investigate it. You know what I'm saying? If you looking for your family members and stuff like that, and kind of help you get a time. But what they saying, if you claim it and you can, you know what I'm saying, them your kinfolk. And now I'm saying it's not about the money, it's about the timeline of your people. Like now you know, like if you can come some kind of way hook these names up. It's so many names. I'm on I think I was on page number 41. So I'm just gonna do a few of them. See them names right there? Is that William? Let me see what that is. So I don't even think William Simpson. William Simpson. See, that's on my grandmama's side. Damn, it probably don't keep it. We pull it up so they could be on here too. Yeah. So you ought to be able to see it. So I'm just showing you the different names and stuff that was this is back in 1866. And this is where during the war and stuff that they had came up with a banking system for the freeman slave black folk. They came up with that and they began to save their money, but corruption with the pale face ran it out of business. So now what they saying, I think they kind of like whatever, like all that money that they left in that bank, and they ran that money down the drain like that, they got to get that shit back. So now the interest on it now is like, man, I don't know, but look, these folks is trustees. So they got National Archive records showing that your family. I never heard of one. Now this another person. The other thing was I seen her name. Like most of these people on here, they got to be kinfolk. You will see some people on here got four people names, the same names, and they lined up right behind each other. Meaning they joined. They was in the military together. They was in the military together. So, like when you look at these names, I'm just saying, look at the Hamilton, Hood. I told you Simpson. William Simpson. That's my family name right there. And I said, look at all the William, William Simpson, William Fletcher. I'm just saying the name Williams, George Watkins, Williams, uh, another Williams. Like it's so many Williams on here. So I think I seen my granddaddy. I think I seen my granddaddy name on here. I just gotta go and check my timelines and stuff like that. But I'm gonna go through this whole thing. I seen one Brooks. That was his name was John Brooks. So this keep in mind now, they giving you a timeline. The timeline, 1866. So it say your granddaddy, like my daddy was born like in the 40s. So I know if my dad was born in the 40s, I know his daddy was born in the 1800s. Had to be in the 1800s. And he lived to be almost 100 years old. So what's the likelihood that that's he in here? Because I think he did went to the military because my daddy went to the military. But I'm just saying, like, this is so, I'm like, wow, this is all these different signatures. Washington, that's a tribe. Those are tribal names. Washington. And then they made it easy for you to kind of like, kind of like to deal with it. 26. Damn, I need to spread it out. Gotta put it down now. And then work it right here. Can I do that? Okay. So the only thing I'm just coming on here to do is just kind of like, hey, if any one of y'all looking for your family members or whatever, what they doing now, they releasing a lot of stuff that's let me see, what am I doing? Okay. Supposed to be that though. Okay. Scroll to this way. I went too far. I think I went too far. Oh, I didn't go too far. Put it in the background. Hold up. Look at all, it's brown. It's so many browns on this mug. Johnson's, Brown. Hold up, man. Okay, I know what I'm doing wrong. Lawrence, White, what's that? White. Yep. So you can look at this in the National Archive. And just look for your look for your family last name. I don't know, you do whatever you can do with it, but it's just real interesting to me, and it kind of like helped me. Look at these folks, treasurer and trustee. So whoever these folk is, I know they probably got some money. They treasurer and they what trustee. They put their name behind, put what it represent. No, let me see something here. And I put that up. I don't bring that we on. Okay. We ought to be good now. Because I can see you right there. All right. So I probably, let me see, shit, 28 minutes. Damn. I don't be like that long, but taking so damn long, that's probably what it is. Scoot it back a little bit. Scroll back to the top. Name of the depositor. See, they still got money. But they, with all the money that was in there, that money now worth interest the money that they lost. So I don't know. Look, I see Campbell. Look like what's that? Ross, Rowe, O'Neill, Robertson, Mitchell, Tompkins. I know some Tompkins. I know some Edwards. I know some Smiths, Barrow, Bickens, Clark, Bryan, Harper, Alexander, Edward. What is that? Ed Watson, Jones, Jackson. Man, I just been doing. I've been on this like this. Like man, it's like I kind of glad I ran. Like I said, shout out again to Dan. Thank that brother, man, cause he doing the work, and he pushing a lot of people who interested in looking for their people. See, it done got so to where I don't even like, man, I ain't be like, I watch like movies and probably play my video game, but it getting so now to where they been doing throwing so much distraction at us. Like you gotta find something else to do far as being being positive. And then not just being positive, but hey, find out who where your family members was, who was what's owed to you. Somebody owe you something in this mother. If we ain't never went nowhere and we saying we the indigenous people of this land, then shit, we ain't never went nowhere. So uh somebody gotta start answering these questions. And they said you had 5,000 tribes over here on the land before they came over here. Christopher Columbus and he was a conquistador. You talking about like Cheech Chong? I think Cheech Chong they were conquistador. He talking Spanish, but they were like I think they was on that bad stuff. So I'm probably gonna get out in about 3 more minutes, and I'm gonna get out this mug. But yeah, well, I would tell you to go to the Freeman's Bank, Freeman's Bank Savings and Trust Fund, and then when you go there, go to look for the National Archives. When the National Archives come up of records, they're gonna come up. When they come up, and you press it and go in, and then you gotta like listen, y'all. You got 115 pages of our ancestors during this time had money on them books. Had money on them books. William Simpson. I didn't see that one. I skipped that one. Hold up. I'm gonna go move this back in. See, that's another thing how I learned about my other last name. See, I ain't seen but one Brooks. I seen like 2 or 3 Simpsons. I seen a few O'Neill. I seen a few. Said Simpson, Brooks, and Williams, and O'Neill. That's the 4 names that I'm looking for. Simpson, Brooks, Williams, O'Neill. Like this crazy right here. To send the National Archives, and they actually letting you look at the National Archives, and then, like I said, shit, you claim it. You gotta claim it because that's what they giving it out for. I think they got something to do with excuse me, someone. Look at all them names. He said, man, I don't know what to do with it. Hey, me neither. But you do what you're supposed to do with it. Research it. Find your family. A lot of this shit, man, I'm really I really believe that we got land out here. Some of them folk that did the stuff to our land or whatever, them folk done died off the land. They probably nowhere near like then nobody got the land after they done sold it. When they sold it and then probably died off the land, never know. And your land just sitting out there ready to be claimed. And they got us around here looking at all this other bull crap. Ain't got nothing to do with nothing, but here it is. You got some stuff that could change your life forever. If black people are the indigenous people of the land, you better believe it. It's some land out there right now. Right now, they belong to the brown skinned melanated people. You just don't know how to get to it. And that's my thing. We got to get to it. Fuck all the dumb stuff, the stupid shit going on. Then I told y'all about the about the basketball, how they fighting every day, every game now. That's cause the league telling them to do that, promote it. More people tune in when they fighting and shit. Like, man, nobody want to see this shit. I'm sick of looking at that. Like I'd rather do something positive or something of constructive value that help me become a better person than to keep falling victim to this system. How they got us gotta feed into bullshit. But hey, you need to be looking, trying to find the rest of your shit while they making it available. And then too, like from what I'm hearing, Chi Ra, hey, she's saying we birth born right. That's our stuff anyway. They got to give it back to us anyway. So what's gonna happen when they begin to give us back what was stolen and the fraudulent and the deception and all this shit? What's gonna happen when they get ready to give it back? You think they're gonna tell you right off the grip? No. You gotta do some research and be ready. And be ready. You don't know. We don't know who we are. We don't know what we really possess. If they saying this, look at him. He did a video, Dana Calloway. Shout out to him and his wife again. He got books and everything, but he went down that rabbit hole. And when he went down that rabbit hole, he coming back and telling us Rod Hayes, all of the people that's talking, saying that we are indigenous to this land. And you indigenous to this land, it's a lot of stuff that we're gonna have to do, but you don't wait until they say it's okay to get it. You start seeking out now. Start seeking out their land now, seeking out where your family members, where they written it from. So this is in Charleston. I think could be Charleston, South Carolina. I think so. Don't hold me to it. But I think it's Charleston. So when I scroll all the way up, look at the curves. Look at all the money they done put down there. $38 ain't a lot of money. $11, $12, $20. and you add 60, now think about this, it was 6,000 people who was in trustee bank, in the Freeman trustee bank. It was, they said, some say 7,000, but it was a whole bunch of people who was invested in the Freeman's bank. These are all the names. Look at that, Alexandra Williams. Like, I never heard all of some of these names like this here, but I know like you ain't gonna hear the same name or whatever when you look at. But it says 6,000 names on here. So what's your family last name? Is they on here? So now I tell you, in the 1860s, your ancestors was in here in this book. So if they in this book, now the timeline, 1866, and guy like my my age or whatever, I'm 54, right? When I go back and I walk it all the way back, right? I'm talking about my walk back my age to, see, I got a whole bunch of stuff. I got a whole bunch of stuff I got to take care of. But I know this here just feel right. I start not to come on. I say I was just gonna one gonna come on, one gonna do no video, and I was just gonna just gonna finish doing the research. But it's like, no, you don't do that. Like, he put it out there, and I ran across Dana Calloway video. He put it out there. So now I ran across and seen what I need to see. Now I'm gonna put it out there and hope that somebody get it, and then they take it and run with it. But they putting this stuff out here for you. They ain't gonna just, like, look at him. Also, I forgot the name of the program, but what it is, if you got money that's lost and ain't claiming, basically claim it. Your claim money. It's so many people that got money out there that ain't claim their money, and they will not get him. They will not send them a letter or nothing. What kind of shit is that? Like, if you know this money belong to this person, why y'all they not gonna do anything about it like that? Cause it probably been having their money for a long time. Why don't you just send them a damn money order or something like that? But they not gonna do that. Whatever, how much, man, I'm saying, like, some of them things, uh some of the some of them businesses, old people, I seen, like, they it was like another, I think, a National Archives again I was looking at, and they was showing how many, it was like, damn, hold up, the National, I forgot what I was saying with the National Archives they were showing. But anyway, it'll come back to me. But yeah, they putting this stuff in the National Archives so you can look it up. And then whatever you do with it, you do with it. But they not, oh yeah, I know, talking about when you claiming your money, instead of them doing the right thing, is checking and making sure you the right person and get the money off they damn books. Cause it's too many people that's on that these companies that they hold, and these companies owing these people and not sending them their money. But if you don't never go and claim your money, then you ain't gonna never get your money. What kind of shit is that? How come we don't got no agency to help people to find their money? Literally funded by the government or funded by yeah, they need to be, and I think that's probably where we're going. That they're gonna have a government funded, well, not a government funded, but some kind of program where it's gonna be funding you to collect all your money, because a lot of people don't know how to do that shit. They don't have a clue what to do. And it's only right, people, there's money that they don't work for, money that businesses done overcharged and did too much, and then had to get that shit off of their taxes or straighten their books up or whatever, and they end up owing the person who they took too much money. Cause I think child support old motherfucker. I think child support owed so many brothers, brown skin. I think that child support owes so many people, including myself. Cause they straight up, they do just little fraudulent shit. And they ain't listening to filing the whole case or none of this shit. But it's a fraudulent system. Now, what is he, an executor? I know that ain't his last name. Samuel L. Bennett, executor. I don't know what that is. Nancy, another Washington. That's how I found. Excuse me. That's how I found out. Listened to one of Callaway videos, and it took me to some man had a book with all the indigenous names on it. Y'all need to Google it. I forgot the name of the history of the American Indian Americas or something like that. And what I end up finding out, they got damn, how I want to say it. Basically, they got like a chart of all the people who was under their jurisdiction, right? And they got they got their names and stuff. So I end up seeing like Simpson. Now, did I see Simpson? I seen Brooks and I seen Williams. And listen here, I go back to Memphis, Tennessee, and I did a few little research in Memphis, Tennessee, and they showed that the Brookses, the Williams, I think somebody else might have been the Simpsons, was one of the first families beside the Browns. Browns been there longer. I think they probably longer tribe last name that been in Memphis, Tennessee is called the Browns. But anyway, when I looked at my last name and I was able to like track down like the Williams and the Brooks, and it's showing like what tribe I was up under. So they got a book. They got these last names in there, but all the last names are connected to a tribe. Now, a lot of it is confusion too about the $5 Indians and all this stuff here. It's a whole bunch of confusion. So I ain't gonna talk about that on this video, but I just wanted to come and share my share my little 3 cents about this here. I think this is so important, more important than all the other shit that's going on. Beside the shit that's going on in the White House. So I'm finna end this video, but I want to say thank you, love and peace, and I want to first of all say Rahubat, meaning like greetings or whatever, and then I want to say Wadu. Wadu means, I guess, see you later, see you next time. I like to say see you next time. All right, Uncle Papa signing out. Truth seekers. Peace.